Download the DraftKings app now and try it for free.
Got him.
With the 94th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Green Bay Packers select Josiah Deguara, tight end, Cincinnati.
I got.
Yeah. On the scene, he's got his favorite target, Josiah Deguara. A red zone demon, Josiah Deguara.
You are watching a master at work.
What's poppin'? He is a terrific tight end, and that's a big play.
I can put the ball in the end zone, put a bet in the friend zone.
Yeah!
He is the guy, and he's the one that they trust.
Got a career and I'm very invested. Some people call it a scary obsession.
Do you think America's seen my trick before? What's this?
Man, I appreciate that. I'm so excited. Yes, sir, I'm so excited. Julian! Yeah. Man, thank you guys so much. I'm so ready to be a Packer. Yeah. Thank you so much. I appreciate that so much. All right, talk to you soon. All right, goodbye.
4-7-3, and as we all know, Cincinnati is sent into this league at this position one of the best.
Kelsey.
With the 94th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Green Bay Packers select Josiah Deguara, tight end, Cincinnati.
All right, Josiah Deguara, again, there are only two tight ends in the history of Cincinnati that have over 1,000 receiving yards in their career. It's Deguara, and it's not Travis Kelce, it's Brent Selleck. Josiah Deguara is a guy that moved a little bit all over the field and is given an option now for Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers, Mel.
Josiah Deguara, Cincinnati.
All the way up. Warning, lockout. One, lock him out. All the way up. All the way up. Lock it out. All the way up. All the way up.
Tight end Josiah Deguara out of Cincinnati is solid in essentially all aspects of tight end play. Where he's the most consistent is in a receiving department. He's able to be used across the formation in the passing game. He has dependable hands and shows an ability to be a really good route runner to get open. The blocking too and effort is definitely there, which is huge for skilled players. I feel like he can play inline as well as other spots on offense like fullback, but he has to continue to stay in the fight, so to speak, with regards to his blocking. At times he'll make great initial contact, but won't continue to drive the defender, and that allows the defender to slip the block and make the play.
Hey everybody, Larry McCarron and Mike Spofford with instant react to the Packers selection of Josiah Deguara, a tight end out of Cincinnati in the third round. Mike, tell us all about Josiah.
Well, this is a guy, University of Cincinnati's produced some good tight ends over the years, Larry. Brent Selleck, Travis Kelce. So we'll see just where Deguara's career ends up. But Not the biggest tight end in the world, 6'2", 242, but certainly a lot of production the last couple of years. 77 catches, just shy of 1,000 yards, 12 touchdowns over his final 2 seasons for the Bearcats. And one of these guys that looks like, he's got the speed, the athletic ability to hopefully stretch the middle of the field, which is something the Packers have been looking to do.
Well, actually, Mike, don't you think that size may work in Josiah's and the Packers' favor in the sense of being that threat down the field, and as you mentioned, down the seam rather, and as you mentioned, in the middle of the field?
Yeah, well, certainly you want to have the speed to be able to get down the field. He ran, I believe it was about a 4.7, somewhere in that range at the combine. So he's not slow by any means for somebody who's that size. It'll be interesting to see how this comes together now for the Packers at tight end, because you have the veteran Mercedes Lewis leading the position group. But then you have now this group of young guys, Jay Sternberger, the draft pick from last year, Josiah Deguara, the new draft pick now this year, 3rd round, the same round in which the Packers took Sternberger a year ago. And then Robert Tonyan, another young tight end who's been around for a couple years and trying to find his way and maybe find a role in Matt LaFleur's offense as well. So you have Lewis, the veteran who's been around for a long time, and then a lot of young guys who are really going to be competing for playing time.
Yeah, to some extent, the changing face of the Packers tight end room. Thank you, Mike. That's Instant Reacts. Thanks for watching. For the latest on the Packers draft, keep it right here on Packers.com. Thanks for watching.
With the 94th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Green Bay Packers select Josiah Deguara, tight end, Cincinnati.
Josiah, welcome to the Green Bay Packers, and congratulations. Where were you at and who were you with when you found out?
I'm back home in Sacramento, California, and with everything going on, I was just with my close family and a couple friends, and just enjoying this moment.
Josiah, tell me about the call from the Packers tonight. Who'd you talk to? How'd that go?
First, I talked to the GM, and it was crazy to hear his call. He called me and just wanted to tell me I'm part of the Packers, and to be honest with you, it's all a blur right now. There were so many emotions. My family was going crazy, and then I got to talk to the OC and the tight ends coach as well. So it's a crazy feeling right now, but all the moment, I'm just living in it and just grateful for it.
Up the seam, he's got his favorite target, Josiah Deguara.
Josiah, when it comes to the tight end position, are you more receiver, more blocker? Are you a combination? Are you an H guy? Where do you fit in? What's your role?
Wherever the coaching staff wants to put me, that's where I'll be. I think my biggest strength as a player is my versatility. So being able to play anywhere on the field is really what I believe I'm able to do. So whatever the Packer coaching staff wants me to do, I'll be happy to do it.
I've seen some articles about you, and they say you're a hard-nosed tight end that gets engaged in the rough stuff.
I love putting my face on people, going all out in the one-on-ones versus linebackers, DNs. That's what football is all about. It's one in the middle, up front. So I love being up there, and I love blocking.
Right, snap, Rodgers gets a block. Throws to the left sidelines, going to the end zone, over the shoulder, catch! Is it a touchdown? Yes, it is! Alan Lazard!
Are you familiar with the Green Bay Packers at all and what they do offensively?
I'm a football fan in general, so obviously been able to watch the Packers in some big-time moments, big-time games, and obviously Aaron Rodgers is, one of the best to ever do it. So it's been crazy to watch them growing up, and I can't believe I'm going to stay on their team. But it's a crazy experience right now.
Will it be kind of wild, and the day will come where you're catching passes from Aaron Rodgers, future Hall of Famer, possibly the best of all time? Will that be kind of wild?
It is, man. Even when you're saying it, it's hard to believe. So it's really just a humbling experience for me. It's really a blessing to be in this position and to be able to say I'm a Green Bay Packer is a dream come true.
Josiah, as a rookie, what are you hoping to get done?
I really just want to impact the team for the better. That's my goal going into my rookie season. Do everything I can to make the team better. I'm going in. I'm a humble guy, so I really want to go in and just do whatever the team needs. And whatever that aspect is, I'll be happy doing it and hopefully can get on the field and play a little ball.
Josiah, welcome to the Green Bay Packers and all the best to you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Hey, Josiah, congrats on a huge night. Looking forward to seeing what you're bringing to Green Bay. So let's just start with technically as a tight end, but obviously you've had conversations with teams about full, halfback, even special teams appearances. What did the Packers ask you about, and how do you feel about your versatility?
Yeah, so I think my versatility is one of my strengths as a football player. So, going into Green Bay, I was able to, talk to Coach Allen, the tight end coach, a little bit. And, just super excited to get out there, and whatever the team needs me to do, I'm willing to do. And I think, I showed in college I'm able to do a lot of different things, so I'm just excited to go to work.
Hey, Josiah, during your time at Cincinnati, how did you see your role evolve with the offense? And by the time you were done there, where were you predominantly playing? How did they utilize you?
Yeah, the offense definitely evolved in my time there. I had a great relationship with our offensive coordinator, Coach Denbrock. He actually was my position coach as well my last 2 years. So I think the trust built between me and the whole offensive staff, and it really wasn't a position that I didn't play, to be honest, on offense. I played, I played a little slot receiver. I played a little inline tight end. I was off the ball. I was in the backfield. I did a lot of different things, and I think, that helped me a lot throughout this process, and I think it shows my versatility in this game.
Josiah, I read something tonight where it said you chasing down a guy who was about to get a pick six and saving the pick six was one of your favorite plays from your college career. A, is that true? And B, how does a play like that kind of define the player you think you are?
Yeah, it was definitely a big moment for our team, and during that game, could have been a big shift in momentum. So, it wasn't just for me, but just for the team as well. It's kind of our culture at Cincinnati. Me as a player, I pride myself on, outworking the guy in front of me. Pride myself on being one of the hardest workers. I'm not only on the team, but on the field at that time. So, I think it just shows, my relentless effort on the field, and I think that's the best way that kind of resembles the way I am as a player.
When it comes to your game, I'm curious, do you feel like your blocking is ahead of your receiving, the other way around, just in terms of translating your game to this next level?
Yeah, to be honest with you, man, I think for me, just talking about my strengths, throughout college, throughout my whole time at college, I've really worked on perfecting every aspect of my game. Obviously, there's a long way to go, and there's a lot of things to work on in my game, but that's one thing I kind of do, so I can't really answer this question. I don't have one big strength or one big weakness. I think all my strengths are kind of equal, and I think that's what kind of makes me the player I am.
Hey, Josiah, I read that you were a 190-pounder coming out of high school. Is that true? And how did you get from 190 to where you are today?
Yeah, so my senior year of football, I was around 200 pounds. Yeah, so going into college, I was around there, and, hats off to the strength staff over at Cincinnati and nutritionists and things like that. So really when I went into Cincinnati, I had to work, to gain weight and work to get on the field, and that's just kind of what I did going into college. And, yeah, it took a lot of work, but got up to, 245, 240, and that's where I'm at now, and I feel great.
Just wondering, what were your expectations going into this draft, and what was your reaction to getting taken where you did late in the third round there?
Yeah, to be honest with you, man, I really didn't have any expectations. Of course I wanted to have my name be called at as high as possible, but that's just a competitive spirit in me. But really, it's just a blessing to be in the situation I am, and it's an incredible feeling to be able to say I'm a Green Bay Packer, and I'm just super excited.
Josiah, Brian Gutekunst said that he expects you to be able to be a weapon right away. And looking at your evolution at Cincinnati, with not only your role in the offense, but how much you improved and was a bigger factor. Do you feel that's pretty realistic, despite the areas where you said you have to improve everywhere? Is it pretty realistic, you think, that you can come in at the NFL level and have an impact immediately?
I do. I believe that. That's just the guy I am. I believe I'm, hopefully going to be able to come in and compete right away and hopefully make an impact for the better on that team. And whatever the coaching staff needs me to do, I'm going to do. And I'm just going to work as hard as I can to get on the field.
Hey, Josiah, can you give me just an idea of the special teams experience you've had in your time at Cincinnati? What units were you on, and do you think you're well-rounded enough to handle any kind of cover or return teams here?
Yeah, so throughout my time at Cincinnati, I'm grateful for it. I was able to play every special teams from the time I was a freshman to, the time I graduated. So I have a lot of experience on special teams, and I knew going into this process it's something I'm going to have to do. So, yeah, I'm super excited to get on the field and hopefully make an impact on special teams.
Josiah, congratulations. I think the word being thrown around most about you is versatility. Did you have a spot that you loved the most, whether it was in the backfield, in the gun, in the slot, in line, playing a little fullback? Where did you really feel like you were a matchup problem?
Yeah, I honestly don't really have, one spot that I love the most. I think that was one great thing about the Cincinnati offense and the offense I was in was I played every single spot, so I really feel comfortable all over the field. So there really isn't one spot that I, prefer more than another. I really like to be anywhere on the field, and that's where I feel comfortable.
Hey, Josiah, from what I was reading, you were a two-star recruit coming out of high school. How do you think that experience shaped you? And at what point did you kind of realize that your versatility actually could be a strength, and obviously having those different types of skill sets?
Yeah, so, being a two-star out of high school is definitely, I've kind of played with that underdog mentality, chip on my shoulders throughout my career. And I'm going to have that for my lifetime. Every part of my journey, I'm grateful for it. I wouldn't change a thing because that's what really got me here today, and I'm just blessed to be here. And when it comes to versatility, I think, my junior year is when I really started to see the field a lot and make an impact on the team, and that's really when, I started believing that I could do it not only in college but the next level.
Josiah, do you have any sort of relationship with Travis Kelce, and has he offered you any advice through this process, just being a fellow Cincinnati tight end that's fared pretty well in the NFL?
Yeah, so I've been able to talk to Travis Kelce a little bit. He came to one of our games back in the season and was able to chat it up. And then, we send DMs back and forth every now and again. And, he's really just told me if I ever need anything to hit him up and just to keep doing what I'm doing and be myself. And that's really what I've done throughout this process. And it's got me here, but I'm definitely grateful for that relationship with him.
Yeah, going back to your, 200-pound high school days, Cincinnati is obviously a big program. What did you show back then? Because I'm sure there's not too many 200-pound tight end recruits at that school.
Yeah, so I caught a lot of balls. In high school. My high school quarterback Jake Browning is on the Vikings right now, and our offensive lineman Jonah Williams is with the Bengals. So we had a talented team. We threw the rock around a lot, and I played a lot of receiver. So going into college really had to round my game, and but so that's kind of what I showed in high school. We were offensive power out here, so I'm grateful for those times.